Hi, welcome back to Community Hotline. I'm glad you stayed with us. We have one last segment here, and it's an important one. We're going to be talking with Zarephath Kitchen and Pantry, and they do work here in this community, and here to talk to us about it is Diane Davis, who is the president of Zarephath Ministries, and Brian McCann, you are a board member.
Yes.
And you are also the chair of the fundraising chair, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Diane, I want to start with you if I can. If you can just tell me a little bit about the ministries and what exactly your mission is in the community.
Basically, Zarephath Kitchen and Pantry are an outreach for providing food to the community for people who live in the East County area, essentially. We're a nonprofit, as you've said. We're a volunteer-run program. We've been around, the kitchen's been around. It started in 1985.
A long time.
Yeah, a couple of ladies that were members of Trinity Lutheran Church decided to, some people needed some meals, and they started doing it. And as it progressed, it went from 3 days a week to 5 days a week, and it's been going on since then.
Now, this isn't open just to members of the church now,
No,
however.
it's to all comers.
Okay. Anybody that needs the food.
Anybody that says they're hungry can come in. We provide a lunch, basically Monday through Fridays, and on Sunday it goes from 11 to 1, and it's basically you come, you sit down, and they are able to seat 32 people at a time. And
so these are prepared meals. This isn't
Yes.
going and getting a food box.
No.
It is going and actually having a
meal.
a hot meal often.
It's often, for some people, it may be their only meal of the day, maybe their
wow.
only hot meal of the day.
Yeah.
Um,
And how often again is it that you?
it's Monday through Friday.
Monday through Friday.
Well, and Sunday.
And Sundays.
There's Sunday through Friday, basically.
Yes, basically.
meals.
Saturday you're on your own.
Saturday they're on.
Yeah. You need a break once in a while. Yeah.
Well, it's, as Diane mentioned, we're an all-volunteer organization,
Yeah.
so the problem is getting people to volunteer
Correct.
to open the kitchen on that day.
Well, having it Monday through Friday and Sunday, that's pretty darn good if you've got volunteers that many days. 'cause
Well,
that's a lot
we're
of
very
work.
fortunate, especially for the Sunday. East Hill Church helps us out immensely there. So
Good.
yeah.
So, give me an example of what do you think what did they serve today? Do you have any idea what they might have served? What would be a typical lunch?
It could be anything from spaghetti and meatballs to, gee whiz,
Like
of
hot
course,
soup and
we-
sandwich?
There's
or-
always homemade soup. It can be sloppy
pies,
joes.
They could have
All
pies,
right.
sloppy joes. I mean, of course, Thanksgiving, they cooked turkeys
Did they?
and served,
Yes.
served a Thanksgiving meal. You know, it's whatever we can put together. I mean, it may be burgers one day.
I'm hungry right now. That sounds good.
Well, and basically the premise is there's a hot entree of some sort. There's always salad. There's coffee. There's milk, juice, and a dessert.
Great. So it's a nice balanced
It's a
meal.
balanced meal. It's a place where if they're still hungry and they still have food available, there's seconds. And it's basically a place where people can go in, have a meal. It's warm, it's dry, and it's good food.
What about a sense of community? Do people talk when they're in there together? Do they sit together at tables, or do people kind of come in and just eat and go?
No, there's definitely a community among the people that attend and take advantage of the opportunity to be there. There's also an opportunity, the workers, you know, we have shifts basically. The Monday crew is the Monday crew. They're there virtually each Monday, and they get to know the people who come. And there is
some regulars there.
yeah,
Absolutely.
and there's some sense of community that way too, a connection. The people will talk about individuals, and of course, our goal is to help people eventually not need our services,
Right,
and
right.
you know, maybe come back and help us serve.
Have you had that happen? Have you had that happen where
Yes.
somebody's gotten out of the situation they're in and come
Yeah.
back?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is ideal. That is
More so in the pantry than in the kitchen, but in both places we've seen people who have succeeded and then come back to help pay back,
Good.
if you will.
Yeah, yeah.
Or we'll get a letter and they'll send in a check, and they'll
great.
say, yeah, I used your services and thank you, and here you go.
Doesn't that make you feel good when you know you've made a difference? I mean, because
Yes.
sometimes that's huge. What about families? Do you get families in there? They're mostly
Yeah.
individuals, yeah?
Now we
People
get
with kids?
families also, and you can see the variation when school's in and when school's not.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. During the summertime, we do see more families showing up because their school perhaps doesn't have a free meal.
A lot of them don't
set up.
anymore. A lot
Right.
of them have had that cut, so
Yeah.
that makes it really difficult. So when people, how do people, what do they do? Do people just show up, or do they have to sign up ahead of time to take advantage of the free meal if somebody in this community is hungry and wants
Free meal, it's basically, they open at 11 and usually there's a line out. It's a house located next to Trinity Lutheran Church.
Okay.
And
That's on Powell and
Eastman.
Okay.
Trinity's on Powell and Eastman. The house is on Ava, Northwest Ava.
and they basically access it through the parking lot of Trinity.
Okay.
And they go through the back.
Find
there's
the
a-
church, they can find the house.
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
Yeah, there's a
And-
lot of signage.
Yeah, we have signs that way. But they basically go there and they line up and they
And serve until the food's gone,
Yep,
or
they basically
or until the
No,
time
if-
is up, or
if they run out of food of what they've been prepared, they'll find other things.
Oh, really?
they're-
I bet
Yeah.
they're pretty innovative that way, huh?
Well, it helps that the pantry's downstairs. And so I've been down there often enough when somebody's come down from the kitchen to the pantry and said, we need more of something. And so,
You make it
fortunately,
It goes upstairs.
yeah,
Yeah.
it goes upstairs and we feed the hungry that way.
So how long have you two been involved with this?
Wow, let's see. I've been doing it about 5 years.
5 years?
I've been on the board 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay. And as a fundraising chair, what do you do, Brian? How do you raise funds? How are you supported?
Well, we are supported mainly by private donations. They come in multiple different ways, just individuals. We have several churches that support us. They take collections at regular intervals and send us money that way. We've had in the past a dinner, an annual Mardi Gras dinner that we sell tickets to and invite the community to participate in. That helps us raise funds. This year, 2013, we had our first annual Bite of East County.
Oh, okay.
Modeled a little bit after the Bite of Oregon.
Right, right.
It was held in Fairview, and the Fairview Business Association helped organize it and put it together for us. And we raised $5,000 through this first-time event. We had about 1,200 people
It was
attend.
really nice.
1,200, that's great.
And it was really good. All of the food vendors were very happy with the turnout. And
Good. So you'll probably do it again.
yeah, we've got 2014. We've already been meeting with potential sponsors and
Good.
working on. We've got a date set.
Yes, we can
and
keep going with this one.
yeah, it's really important. We see that as a critical opportunity for us to raise funds. Right now in the pantry, we allow a family to come in 6 times a year and get food boxes, and they get a 3-day
Okay, so you do food boxes
Yes.
too.
Right,
in
that's
addition-
right.
okay.
That's the pantry.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
you've got the kitchen upstairs, you have the pantry downstairs. The pantry, there is a requirement that you're in East County. You have to live east of 181st, but
So show your
Damascus,
ID and your-
Boring, Troutdale, Wood Village. So that's where people come and get 3-day boxes that they're going to cook at home. So
Okay.
that's where we serve a lot of people. In order to allow them to come once a month instead of only 6 times a year, we basically need to double our donation income.
okay.
And so we're looking at growing the Bite of East County as a way to successfully do that, because we really do believe that in a couple of years that could be raising $30,000 to $50,000 per event, and that would
would
help significantly.
And if it was that successful last year, now, because we're non-commercial television, we can't say ticket prices on the air, but I remember that the ticket prices last year were very reasonable, very, very reasonable.
Yes.
I can't say what they were, but even right there, even to raise them a little bit, I think you'd still get people to attend.
Yeah.
I planned on it last year and I wasn't able to, so I hope I can this year. But
We also had people bring in cans of food also in lieu of some donations. They brought food.
Okay,
And so
so-
we got pounds of food that way also.
oh, good.
Yeah.
So you got money, you got food. It sounds like a good deal. Where do you get your food normally?
All sorts of places.
Yeah.
We collect, not unlike the gleaners that were on earlier, we have several companies, Safeway, Walmart, various other
Okay.
and get food through them.
All these organizations
the
working
Birch
together,
communities.
businesses and nonprofits working together makes a huge difference.
Oh,
It's the only way to do it.
it's the only way you can survive.
it is.
We donated food. We go through at the Pantry almost $300,000 worth of food a year right now. And so you can see how much, I mean, in order for us to double what we give out, we've got to be able to come up with funds for that because, I mean, we're doing a pretty good job of gleaning food, but we may have to buy more poundage from. And so that's why we need a way to generate more funds, find more donors. That's what we're looking for. And so as fundraising chair, I'm looking at ways to generate that money and create a better public awareness. I mean, that's the other side of it. I mean, we've kept ourselves pretty secreted here in the community.
Well, not anymore. Now we're going to get you out in the community. So,
and that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah,
is
good,
you know,
good.
I mean, we have a website now, and we have a direct donate button on that website. So
okay.
if people come to that site, they can see that it's real easy. They can use PayPal. They can use their credit card.
Make it simple for them.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
So you can use donations of money and food and
Yes.
volunteers?
Oh yes,
Absolutely.
absolutely. We need all of those.
Okay.
And then this time of year, socks.
Oh, okay.
Okay, bring socks down to the pantry.
Get a lunch, get a pair of socks.
That's one of the churches. Abundant Life does an annual soup and socks, and we just got it just before Thanksgiving, the Saturday before. They delivered a U-Haul truck full of food
Oh,
and socks,
how wonderful.
and
How
it's
wonderful.
been they've done it a couple years,
That's great.
and we've been one of their recipients of.
That's great.
It's wonderful.
But you hear about, you know, on the news, people who just go around in Portland and give out socks, and you know, you think, really? But it is. It's amazing
you're
what a
cold
pair
and
of
you
socks
have-
can do.
If you have wet, soggy
Holes in your
socks.
socks and they're wet. Yeah, it is. Nothing makes you more miserable. And how good to come home and put on a warm pair of socks if you have a home to go to. You know, Diane. Before we run out of time, tell me, you've been there 5 years. Have you seen a change from when you started to now? This is the number of people that are needing help in this community.
Right, our volumes have gone up. I've been a member of Trinity Church before that, but I hadn't worked directly with the Zarephath. You know, we've gone up each year. We served, like in meals last year, in 2012, we served 41, almost 42,000 meals.
Wow, that's a lot of food.
And when it comes to pantry, in the pantry, the people we served was 14,000, almost 14,200. That's just the people served, and then we gave them 3 days worth of food. And so if you can start figuring out how many meals a day, I mean, they basically go through our pantry. They select the food, so we know it's food that they like, and they will cook.
Oh, good,
So
good. So you're not wasting.
It's like a grocery store. They go through.
I think that's a great way to do it because otherwise, why take home?
So,
you know,
but we have
a box of
we
rice
have
if you're not
gone
gonna
up.
cook rice. You know.
Exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense. So what do you see? What do you see as your biggest need right now at the holiday season? Is it just any of those things, or is it anything that's particular?
Money or food is you know, I mean, that's always
Proteins.
Protein. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, we can buy with $1 more than what a person can buy with $1, and so
So if you can give
money,
them food, great. But if the money would go further.
right?
Yeah.
But I mean, we'll take whatever.
Yeah.
And volunteers are hopefully a long-term commitment, so we need them all year long. Right now, the pantry is not open on Tuesdays. Again, we don't have a shift.
But if you got
that
the
we can work,
volunteers,
but if we could have
can do that.
volunteers, and
Dedicated.
it's tough because it's during the middle of the day, so a lot of people who say they would like to volunteer really can't commit to a weekly commitment in the middle of the day.
There might be somebody out there that has Tuesday as their day off.
Correct.
This is
You know,
true.
I have Friday's my day off. You know, some people have a weekday off, and maybe they really want something to do. So, hopefully, that person will be listening and give you a call, because it sounds like with any volunteer work, I think you get back more than you ever put into it anyway. So,
Would agree.
yeah.
Definitely. And that's the other thing, is this is a 100% a volunteer-run organization. There's nobody that's
no
paid
paid
on the
staff.
staff.
Well, thank you for the work that you both do, and to all of your volunteers. So, thanks very much.
You're welcome.
We're out of time. It's gone very fast. I appreciate you being on here, and I wish you all the success this holiday season in feeding these people, and I hope that you both have a very happy holiday
Well,
too.
thank you. Same to you.
Same to you.
Thank you so much for watching Community Hotline tonight. As you can tell, we have organizations that are taking care of our community in a number of ways. I don't know what people here would do if we didn't have St. Vincent de Paul, if we had the Urban Gleaners, we had Zarephath, and all the other organizations that we've talked to tonight. They're making a difference in our community, and they're helping to keep us alive and to connect us with each other. So please be generous, give of your time, give of your money, your food, whatever you can do this holiday season. And to all of you, I hope you have a very happy holiday. I'm Monica Weitzel. This is Community Hotline.
What local community media is to us is literally our lifeline to what's going on in the lives around us.
The absolute most important thing that happens in your neighborhood.
People's local communities are usually what's most important to them.
Because we're the faces, the smiles, the peoples, and the personalities of the community.
To not only give people a voice, but to have their voice heard.